Hey, and welcome to another session with me today on leadership, the place where you get results. No fluff, only results. Yeah, man, it's so good to be with you again. Let's put on some lights here so we can see what's happening. And it's always a technical challenge to get through things. So really great to have you with me. Today I want to talk about increasing influence by communication. And because communication is like the elephant in the room. It's the one thing that breaks down always when you're dealing with issues regarding leadership. And so if you can overcome some of the hurdles and some of the breakdowns when it comes to communication, you actually are on your way to a huge breakthroughs with your team, with your business, with your leadership. So we're talking three things I want to mention about communication. Number one is you have to be authentic. You've got to be real. Second thing is you must listen. You must be a good listener. You've got to develop the skill of listening. Hey, Gene. So you've got to develop the ability to listen. Now this goes for any relationship. Hey Ray, good to see you. Stephen, welcome, man. So in any relationship, whether you are leading a team, whether you are dealing with customers, clients, whether you are in a relationship at home with friends, you need these three things. They're like pillars to clear communication. One is you need to be authentic. Two, you need to listen. And three is you need to have the right approach. You can't, it's not one size fits all. Have you ever noticed people are different? We think because this is how we communicate, everybody needs to communicate that way with me. This is the way I do it, and so you better take it or leave it. Have you ever met people like that? It's just like they're so pushy, so imposing that, it's a one size fits all. Today I want to really just focus on the listening part of it, because the listening part is probably the foundational element to communication. Somebody said this, he said, a good listener is not only popular everywhere, but after a while he actually knows something. So a good listener is actually not only popular everywhere, but actually gets to know something. And that is absolutely the truth. You can listen in different ways, and that's the focus. Is you don't just listen for listening's sake. I mean, people find it hard. Most people are listening to reply, not to listen to understand. And listening is the purest form of respect you can show somebody. Have you ever been talking to somebody when they are not present with you? You're trying to communicate something important to them and they are somewhere else. One time I remember it was really bad, and we were at a home meeting, and I was speaking at a home meeting, and afterwards we were having like teas and coffees, and this is going back like 30 something years ago, but and somebody spoke to me, but I was so focused on everybody else. Thanks for the likes, guys. I was so focused on what was going on in the room that I wasn't paying attention to the person talking to me. And they'd asked me a question, and when they had my attention, when I came back, they'd asked me a question. I didn't know what they'd asked me, so I didn't have the answer. And right there, I went home and I analyzed what I had done, and I will never do that again. I will never be not present. It doesn't matter what's going on. If somebody is talking to me, I'm going to be paying attention, not to reply, not to just keep them happy, but actually to listen to what they say. So you can listen for a number of things. You can listen for insight into their point of view. You can listen to where they're coming from. What is their paradigm? How do they see things? They might not see it the way you see it. Therefore, you need to listen to where they are coming from. Then you can listen for insight into their priorities. How, what is important to them, not just their point of view, but what is their priority here in this discussion, in this event, in this situation that we're dealing with. What is their, hey Sheila, good to see you. What is their point? What is their priorities? How does it break down for them? Not you, not your priority for them, but what is their priority in this situation? Listen carefully, listen with the heart, and then you can listen for how they communicate, because not everybody communicates the same. And that's what I was saying. It's not one size fits all. It's everybody has a different style of communication. And so we think that, everybody just has to fit into our ball game. But really what we need to do is listen to hear how they communicate. What is important to them in communication. And then we need to listen for feelings. One of the most important things is, what's going on inside of them? What are they feeling? Listen for those feelings, because then you can be sensitive to work with their feelings. Very important. You gain, somebody said this, you gain much more than when you talk. When you listen, you gain much more than when you talk. That's why successful people are successful, because they're prepared to listen to the person and where they're coming from. A skill that I've had to learn over the years and really develop that. And Michelle and I spoke about it just a few nights ago on our joint broadcast. And I was just saying, that is something I've really infused into our family and emphasized it, because we need to listen to understand, not just listen to speak. Listen to understand. And when we do, we'll be listening for what is being said, and we'll listen completely. We need to listen to what's being said and listen completely. Listen with your heart. Listen with your presence. I'm telling you, you can avoid a lot of conflict, a lot of misunderstanding. When things are heated, keep quiet and say, help me understand. Help me understand what is happening. Help me understand where you're coming from. Because when you do, they are prepared in time to listen to. You can quiet a lot of things down when you're just prepared to listen to the other person. So in leadership, leadership is not just one-way communication. Leadership is also finding out where that person is by listening. There's about 13 different things you can listen for. And I do this as part of a workshop that I do, or a program that I do on simple, powerful communication for leaders. And one of them is how to listen and how to build a strategy into that whole approach. All right, so that's from me tonight. And thank you for being with me and for watching and hopping on the video. I appreciate it. If you got something out of it, please give me a thumbs up in the comment below, or just say thanks, I got something. I'd love to hear from you. And stay safe and stay strong, and you are the leader in the zone. See you soon.